I'm Cody J. Brune with smalltownpreps.com, and I'm here today with Columbus Cardinal alum and New Mexico State Aggie football player, Royce Caldwell. Royce, thanks for meeting with me today and doing this.
Sounds good.
All right, Royce, for some people out there that may not know who you are, what year did you graduate from Columbus?
I graduated in 2014.
2014, just a couple years ago. You were an all-around back here at Columbus, all-purpose back. You went to the state track meet multiple times and actually winning it your senior year. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about that experience when you were here at Columbus.
It was actually a real good experience. I wasn't expecting to go my freshman year, until like the first track meets that I did in school. I started winning and getting first. And a lot of the senior guys were like, oh, where did this dude come from? Just a freshman. And I just, at that point in time, I just got confidence. The coaches who were here at the time, they just gave me a lot of confidence too. Especially Coach Taylor. I've been with Coach Taylor since my freshman year in high school. So it's like he's helped me mature at the level. So whenever I did go for the first time, and after that, it helped me more and more to as far as get my confidence level up.
Absolutely. I'm a Columbus Cardinal alum myself, and I had Coach Taylor back when I was in school too. Great guy. Football, track, what was your favorite in high school?
My favorite in high school, I'd probably say football.
In football? Any certain reason?
It's just because it's a different vibe it gives you. Just scoring touchdowns and then a lot of fans out there. Track gives you the same kind of thrill sometimes, but it just gave me a whole different feeling.
Well, when you run as fast as you do and shorter distance as you do, that thrill is just real quick.
Yeah.
Football game lasts a lot longer. I can see that. Mm-hmm. All right, so at what point in high school did you realize that, hey, maybe I can, take this talent to the next level?
I'd probably say my sophomore year.
Sophomore year?
I had a real good sophomore year. I was able to get over 1,000 yards like I planned. As soon as I got on varsity, I had a real good year. And we had actually a pretty good team that year, too. So I told myself, this is something I want to continue to do. So in the off season, I just kept pushing and pushing. Fortunately, I missed my junior year, tore my ACL the first day of camp.
Oh.
Even that kind of made me think like, what, maybe football is not for me. But I just stayed with it, and then I had a real good senior year. And then when I got that call to play at the next level, I just took it.
So when you have an injury like that, especially your junior year, what made you not just say, hey, I'm just going to do track and, not do this anymore?
Just the people I had around me.
Gotcha.
At the time, my grandfather, Mr. Leon Thomas, when he was living, football was real big to him.
Absolutely.
And to me, because ever since I was little, it's been me and him going to football games.
Yeah.
He's been taking me this and that, So, and I told him, before he passed away, I told him that I'm going to play football at the next level, and I want you to catch a game before you get any, before you get any older.
Yeah.
So that kind of motivated me more to just, I'm hurt, but, life's too short. You got to take risks, and then there's something better out there waiting for you.
Yeah, I think everyone in town knows Mr. Leon. I've been in the Columbus area for over 20 years, and I always knew Mr. Leon. So now, your senior year, you finish the football season, you go into track, you win state at track in the 100 meters. To my knowledge, I don't think anyone in the men's track team has won anything in state since I think maybe the 70s. Mm-hmm. So that's a massive accomplishment. So was New Mexico State the only offer you got?
As far as football, no, I had Louisiana Lafayette.
Okay.
I actually kind of committed to Lafayette before I went to New Mexico State, but it was just other little small town school offers I had. But as far as serious, it's probably New Mexico State and Lafayette at the point in time, and I had certain interest for track. A lot of people thought I was going to end up signing for track somewhere because, but the love of the game of football just got to me.
Gotcha.
So I was just really focused on, I want to play football.
Gotcha. Absolutely. So what, I guess, maybe took the decision to go to New Mexico State over anything else? What made them your top priority in the end?
They called me in whenever they asked me for my official visit. I think some late December that time, whenever they were recruiting. My mother actually went with me.
Okay.
She just fell in love with the place. She loved the atmosphere, the coaches, they had a good bond together, and that kind of took my overall decision. My grandfather did too. even though he didn't go.
Uh-huh.
But it was just the fact that as long as I was playing football and I was happy and I was getting education somewhere,
Absolutely.
I think he was good with that, at peace with that.
Okay, now we'll get into New Mexico football here in a second. You just said education. What are you majoring in at New Mexico State?
I'm a journalism major at New Mexico State.
Okay.
You know, and I minor in like sports management and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
That's cool.
hopefully I can stick with the sport as long as I can with it and get a good job. So.
Absolutely. Okay, so now you come from, small town, 3,500 people in here in Columbus. You're going to New Mexico. How was that transition for you, especially, the first year before you even get, situated with football, for anything?
It wasn't that bad of a transition, really, because Las Cruces is kind of like Columbus all over again.
It's a big little town?
Big little town. Everything's close. You see the same people almost every day, so it really wasn't that big of a transition. It was just a new environment as far as, like, I got mountains around me now.
Yeah, true. Weather.
It's not as hot. It's cold.
Yeah, and dry.
But it does get hot sometimes. But as far as the transition was, I think it wasn't that bad at all.
I got you. So when you're transitioning from Columbus to Las Cruces, who was that one that, here back at home and someone there that kind of helped you get through that transition?
I would say my mother, and just the rest of my family too.
Mm-hmm.
They knew I was far away, 11 hours, 1,000 miles away.
Yeah.
And they know I was in good hands. And then just the coaches there, the head coach, as far as the head coach, and just my teammates around there, I got adjusted to the environment just like they had to. Because a lot of them were coming from different states or town closer, so we all were just in it together.
Yeah.
So.
And as great of a football state as Texas is, you probably have a decent amount of, Texas guys on your team.
We do.
That probably makes it a little easier too. All right, so you're in Columbus. You're one of the best athletes, if not the best athlete in your class at the school for a pretty good time. Mm-hmm. How does it feel to go from pretty much being the man to being just one of the other guys? And there's people that are better than you and can do more than you and stuff. Physically, athletically. Mm-hmm. How was that transition?
At first it was tough. Like I said, like I didn't really see a lot of people who could run like me or do this and that like I could, but it kind of made me want to drive me even more harder when I got there on the field. This guy can do the same thing I can, but I can prove that I can do it better.
Gotcha.
So I wasn't really like selfish and cocky at all. I took the coaching. If a guy was better than me, I would say, hey, you do that stuff better than me, but eventually I'm gonna do it better.
Gotcha.
So it's like I love the competition. That's all what college football is about, a lot of competition and who has a bigger heart than the next person does. So I think that helped mold me for my time from when I left Columbus and I went there.
Absolutely. So now you used to playing in Columbus at Memorial Stadium here. Mm-hmm. Hundreds of people come to the games. Football's big in Texas. Now you're going into stadiums where, sometimes there may be 10, 20, 30. I mean, you went to a couple other big stadiums. There might have been 50,000 plus people watching you play football now. How has that changed?
That's the reason why I love football. Because who doesn't want to play in front of 10,000, 50,000 people? That just makes you want. Like I said, it gets you like a rush or a thrill. In Columbus will probably have, I don't know, not even close to 900 or 1,000 people at the game. Yeah, depending on who you were playing at this point in time.
Correct.
Now, almost every college football game, you can expect at least 16,000, 17,000. So it just they're called their stadium there is called Aggie Memorial Stadium. It's kind of similar to Memorial Stadium back home in Columbus. So it's another home for me. That's what it's been. So the same effort and passion I gave back when I was in Columbus, I give to them.
All right, so you're coming in your freshman year. A lot of players, they get redshirted their first year. They don't play. You actually played. You played in, I think, 10 games that season. You had, I think, over 22, something like that, catches, a touchdown. You did some rushing. You did playing some wide receivers, some returns. How did that feel to maybe, you might not have been even expecting to play at all, and then all of a sudden you're playing right away?
It just comes to, you never know your number's going to be called. A lot of guys want to come and play their freshman year as soon as they get there. So I wasn't really worried about that much. It was just, I knew I was going to get my time sooner or later. And when I did, I told myself that I was going to get my best. Because you don't know who's watching.
Gotcha.
At that point in time. And as far as like the adjustment from high school football to college football, yes, it's totally different. The game speed is faster, and the coaching is 10 times, tougher, but it's
Yeah.
better at the same time. So I just adjusted to the game very quick. I tried to make it to my speed than anybody else's. So.
Okay, like we said, your first year, you actually caught a touchdown pass. What was that feeling like? I mean, I know you scored many a touchdowns before. We talked about it earlier. Tons of touchdowns in high school. But to catch you one your freshman year in college, just let us know kind of like how that felt. Most of us don't have that feeling.
Yeah, it felt good. I was like, finally, just to score. You see people on TV doing it all the time, But me at the point in time, I was just like, I talked about that like weeks and weeks and weeks. And like the game like 3 or 4 months ago, I was like, I remember I caught my first touchdown pass. It felt really good. I just had like this rush go through me. I couldn't sit down.
Yeah.
It was fun. So now I was like, I want this feeling more than just once.
Yes, but especially when you're used to scoring so many all the time, and then you have a period where you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Okay, so now you're in your sophomore year, or you just finished your sophomore year of football at New Mexico State. You got to play in about 5 games. You had a few little injuries. Tell us how that was going from, having to be out. You start the season and then you're out a little bit, and then you play a little bit, stuff like that.
It really hit me,
Mm-hmm.
really, because I feel like we're gonna have a good year that year, and we had a decent year, and I was a starter, I was a 2-time starter. I was just ready to see what the year had for me and stuff like that. So when I went down with the injury, I wouldn't expect nobody to face injuries at all. So when I went down with it, I had the worst thoughts pop in my head left and right. If my leg just completely broken, am I able to play again, run the same, jump the same, do something like that? But really, I just stayed. My family, they really helped me get through that rough patch of times. I told myself I would be back.
Mm-hmm.
My teammates and coaches even kept faith in me and helped me every day. To strength for me. So when I did come back, and I caught that first touchdown again, I just said, I like this.
And it was against Texas State, right?
Texas State.
It's Texas State.
Mm-hmm.
Now, was that game here or was it there?
Oh, it was in New Mexico.
In New Mexico. I think this year y'all play maybe Texas State here.
We play them in San Marcos.
Sounds good. Okay, now with that injury that you had, did having that injury your junior year, did that help you maybe process this a little bit better since you've kind of been through that?
Because I've been through it, so like my junior year, I missed the whole entire season. And then like having another injury, I feel like I could lose another season too. It was talks about it. So like I prepared myself for it, I'll come back. I made a big comeback from the track.
Gotcha.
Whenever I
you want to stay for next year.
Mm-hmm. So I tore my ACL in my junior year, so I told myself it's just like the junior year all over again in high school. Just rehab it, take care of it, and you'll bounce back. And I did. So now my leg is 100% ready to go for this next season coming up.
Now in high school when you had that injury, you already knew. You're the best back in town. You're going to play next year no matter what. We see it all the time in college and the pros. Injured man goes out, new man comes in. You might not ever play again. Did that ever waver your confidence in you or anything like that?
Not really. The guy who was behind me, Isaiah Lottie, he's a good player. He's great. He had a lot of assets that I don't have. So I didn't never think about that. I'm like, man, I told him I was in his ear every day. I was like, man, you know what? It's your turn. It's your time to shine. Step up. And he did. We never thought about, oh, you're the starter. I'm gonna do this and that. No, we're real lenient with each other. We have big confidence in each other too. So
that helps.
Just having a teammate like that.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to start, everybody wants to play. We never thought about that. It was just like, man, we're just trying to win games. I don't care who's the starter.
Yeah, a lot better to have a brother than an enemy.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so you come back after the injury and you get to play a few games. Going into the offseason, didn't get to go to a bowl game this year. What are you looking forward to next year? You're going to have a whole offseason to strengthen, get better, and then you're going to be a junior. So what are you looking forward to this upcoming season?
Really just
goals,
just staying healthy. I want to play the whole entire season and make it to a bowl game. We still have a young team coming back, but I feel like we have pretty much the best team in the conference. It's just, little small things tend to get in the way and stop us from getting to the goal we need to reach. At the same time, just as far as the personal goal, just be the best teammate I can be, like I have been, and just give my all every Saturday like I've been doing.
I got you. So now, of course, I know you probably have aspirations of taking football to the next level once again. Who are some guys that you kind of look up to and try to model your game around in the NFL today? Like, he's a little bit older now, and he's towards the end of his career, but I think of like a Darren Sproles when I see you run a little bit.
I have a lot of comparisons to Darren Sproles, Tavon Austin, people like that, or who else? Deshaun Jackson, just because of my speed and my shiftiness, you know. And I really look up to all those guys because that shows me size doesn't matter. It's just height, you know. No matter how big or small you are, if you could play at that level, you can do it.
Heart and will.
Believe it. So those are guys that I look up to, and hopefully if I get a chance to go to the next level, it'll be a tremendous accomplishment for me.
Absolutely. Columbus has a pretty good background of some professional and great college players from here, so you're just adding to that list. What's something that you would like to maybe tell some of the kids out there that are going to watch this that are from Columbus, that maybe have aspirations of going to the next level? What can you tell them about, I guess, your journey so far that maybe could help them?
Just pretty much staying focused. Stay focused on the task at hand, If you believe you can do it, do it. Don't let anybody get in your ear or say this and that. Believe in your talent and what you can do. A lot of kids want to go to the next level, and they get shut down because they let people say this about them, or they're discomfort with their height, their weight, or whatever like that. There's no such thing, man. If you really believe it and you can obtain that thought that you can do it, you should be very successful. And then really, that's what's with me. People say I'm too small to play football. What are you doing? You run track, do this and that. That's another reason why I didn't choose track, because I want to prove people wrong. And to this day, I feel like I'm doing that because I took all the non-sayers, this and that, and I flipped it on them. So now I'm actually doing what I said I was going to do and believed in. So to the kids out there just around the community of Columbus, or just in general, I feel like you could do it. If people are going to believe what they want, this and that. Just stay focused and believe. And the person who's helped me really the most that I can, like I said, before my grandfather passed, it was my grandfather. We stayed in the Word. Even God's helped me all the time. So really just little kids, stay with a full heart and just go for it. It's a lot of dreams and money to be made out here. So that's what I think about.
I got you. I mean, I think you can help some of these young kids out a lot, especially too. Like, I'm kind of that last generation. When I graduated back in 2002, we really didn't have all this social media and everything else going on. So a lot of kids are, today are having to deal with, instead of just someone personally telling them they can't do it, or an obstacle, it's thousands of followers on Facebook and Twitter, all that kind of good stuff. Does that ever bother you or anything like that, especially at the college level? Because people are posting, commenting, all kinds of stuff on.
Like, they don't really bother me that much. It's interesting seeing what they have to say.
Yeah.
Because like I said, people are going to say what they want regardless. But at the end of the day, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to let it get to you? Or
use it as bulletin board material.
Exactly. Just
let it make you better.
Take whatever those people say and feed off of that. So all the little social media stuff that goes on, it really doesn't pay me any bother at all. Because I know what I can do, and I know the goals that I have set out for me. So.
All right. I really look forward to seeing you play this year. Look forward to everything that you're going to do, and hopefully making that next step once again to get to see you. I want to thank you once again for doing this for us and letting everyone know a little bit about yourself and the journey you're going through right now. So for everyone out there, if you want to pay attention to anything that's going on with Columbus Cardinal athletics, past, present, and future, check out smalltownpreps.com. And until next time, go Cardinals.